If you guys are anything like me, then you're probably free to play and in constant need of Primogems for upcoming characters and or weapons. Lately, I've been farming as many Primogems to summon characters like Nervalette, Risley, and I'm still saving for Farina and Navia too. While doing so, I thought I would share with you guys different ways to farm for Primogems. I've been able to save up just over 34k Primogems from version 3.8 to version 4.1 using these methods, which equates to 217 intertwined fates. Some of these tips may seem obvious to long-term players, but are helpful to new players and for older players who may have just forgotten. None of these methods require you to pull out your credit card either. Just set aside some time, play something in the background, and maybe grab some snacks too. Alright, let's get on with the rest of the video. I'll start with the very obvious. Every day you are guaranteed to get 60 Primogems by doing 4 daily commissions. With the start of 4.1, the game also gives you the option to collect Primogems by completing adventure encounters. It's similar to a Honkai Star Rail system where you can just get rewards by naturally playing the game. Completing quests, opening chests, or participating in events are all things that count towards encounter points. Just open up your Adventurer's Handbook or head to Catherine once you're done with either to claim your rewards. There are 4 types of quests: Archon, Story, World, and Hangout quests. Quests can reward up to 60 Primogems per quest. Bigger quests and quest lines will reward higher amounts, while others won't give Primos at all, but may unlock others that do. If farming is your main priority, feel free to skip those for now. Don't forget that the Adventurer's Handbook rewards an intertwined fate each time you complete an Archon quest now too. Hangout quests reward 60 Primogems per character hangout. It may seem repetitive at times, but you can skip ahead once you've made enough progress towards completion. If farming these quests feel overwhelming or difficult, I recommend using guides. I personally use the Genshin wiki to find hidden quests that did not show up in the quest menu. Game8.co and WoWQuest on YouTube are great visual resources to help if you're stuck or just want to speedrun to get the sweet Primogems. As of version 4.1, there are a total of 1,095 achievements that you can complete in Genshin Impacts. Depending on the importance or difficulty, you will be rewarded either 5, 10, or 20 Primogems. Currently, you can obtain up to 8,445 Primogems from achievements alone. There are 2 types of achievements: normal and hidden achievements. Normal achievements are displayed regardless of completion. Hidden achievements are only displayed once they have been completed. These are categorized under Wonders of the World and make up 2,930 Primogems towards the final count. There are several guides on how to farm achievements out there, but I recommend using Paimon.moe and the Genshin wiki, which I will link down below in the description. Both sites display all current quests and which version they were released in. The Genshin wiki allows you to filter between hidden and non-hidden quests, and whether it's quest or exploration based, making it easier to farm based on your mood, world, or skill progression. Paimon.moe, on the other hand, lets you track your completion and Primogem progression. If you're having trouble with hidden quests, don't forget that you can look up completed quests in-game and figure out which ones you do or don't have. Do note that some achievements are time, quest, or skill gated, so farm accordingly. There are 2 ways to get Primogems from the Teapot: by increasing your trust rank and by playing characters with their favorite sets. Increasing your trust rank is pretty easy. You gain trust rank points when you craft furnishing items for the first time. You can get blueprints or craft these items by opening chests or buying them through Tubby. Each trust rank level grants you 60 Primogems for a total of 600 Primos across 10 levels. You'll be awarded 20 Primogems the first time you have a character interact with their favorite set, regardless of rarity. It may take some time to collect blueprints and materials to create these sets, but it's definitely worth it, especially if your lineup is similar to mine. I have 60 characters, so I can collect 1,200 Primos from this method alone. If you haven't touched this mechanic in a long time, don't worry. The game will tell you which characters have been paired with the set previously. If you're a new player or haven't been able to complete much of the map, this section will benefit you guys the most. Primogems are awarded by unlocking domains, teleport waypoints, solving puzzles, opening chests, and submitting offerings. Domains, Statues of the Seven, and teleport waypoints are the easiest to complete with minimal obstacles. While exploring and completing quests, you'll naturally increase both your adventure rank and world level and will be awarded Primogems. Newer players, I would caution against holding your world level back. You might not feel prepared, but you could risk yourself being severely underleveled once you do complete the Ascension quest. It's not just about the Primos, I swear. Speaking of being underleveled, whenever you level up a character to level 80, you'll receive 3 Acquaint Fates. While they're not intertwined fates or Primogems, it still may be something to consider. However, considering the lack of resources you might have in the early game, I don't recommend leveling up a bunch of characters just for those fates. Instead, get to a comfortable point in the game where you do have an abundance of resources, and who knows, maybe you'll discover that you like a character that you have previously overlooked. When it comes to finding puzzles and chests, I recommend popping out the treasure compass if you have it, especially for Sumeru. For areas in Sumeru that are quest locked, take the extra time to complete any puzzles or open chests right then and there. Trust me, it is a hassle to go back and farm everything again. While the regional offering trees don't give out Primogems, they do give out Intertwine and Acquaint Fates, as well as Shrine Keys, which do give out Primogems when you unlock a Shrine of Depth. These systems include the Frostbearing Tree, the Sacred Sakura, the Lumenstone Adjuvant, the Tree of Dreams, the Amrita Pool, and the new Fountain of Lucine introduced in 4.1. You gain sigil offerings by opening treasure chests and solving puzzles in the respective region. The official Tibet interactive map says that you can find a bunch of chests and unlock countless puzzles too, so I assure you that you're going to be very busy. One last thing, aside from the treasure compass, Elemental Sight will be your best friend. It'll help you find things hidden in dark areas, distinguish between interactable items, etc. Do not forget to use this. The Spiral Abyss is skill gated and a general DPS check, so if you're a new player, don't have good teams, or don't want to be bothered, then don't worry too much about this section. However, if you are interested in tackling the Spiral Abyss, you can get a decent amount of rewards. For starters, you will be awarded 150 Primogems for each floor you complete, with floors 1 through 8 being permanent rewards. Floors 9 through 12 refresh every 2 weeks, with the later floors being quite challenging. You can get 150 Primogems per floor, for a total of 600 Primogems. I'll be honest with you, I don't consistently get 36 stars. I hover around 33 stars each rotation, but this last rotation was pretty easy. If you want guides on how to create or improve character builds, I recommend watching Zyox's guides or looking up Ketchin's mains guides. There's also this Google spreadsheet that I found a while back that collects information on all characters that's pretty easy to digest, especially if you're just looking for quick info. TCG is something that I think most of the Genshin community is slacking on, myself included. However, there are a decent chunk of primos to collect from this in-game mechanic. There are 10 levels to complete before you become a bona fide TCG pro, and you'll get 60 primos per level for a total of 600. You'll also be awarded Primogems while completing the TCG Player's Manual. I'll eventually stop slacking when it comes to Genius and Invocation, I promise. Every patch offers the chance to obtain Primogems from limited time events. Where you'll get most of these Primogems is from in-game events like Lantern Raids, summer events, anniversary rewards, etc. Most of these events only last a week or two, but others will last an entire patch. Other limited time events include web events, live stream redemption codes, server maintenance compensation, character trials, and shop refreshes. Most web events can be accessed from the in-game menu by clicking on the special events button, but not all will be. As for livestream codes from patch updates, you can redeem 300 Primogems the day the livestream airs. You can catch the livestream live on Twitch or on YouTube, and the community will often share the codes on other platforms like Twitter or Reddit. Once a new patch does go live, you'll also get up to 300 Primogems as compensation for having to wait. And don't forget to claim your 20 Primogems by test running the 5-star banner character. These days, there's typically 2 different banners to wish on, so that's 40 Primogems just for trying them out. There's also a shop refresh every month where you can trade in Stardust for 5 Intertwine and Acquaint Fates. You get the Stardust from just wishing, so every time you wish, just save them up and get those wishes. I also wanted to include this section for options on how to collect Primos outside of the game. Hoyoverse will often promote their own events that will reward Primogems if you win. I also see a decent amount of Genshin content creators do giveaways for Welcome Moons, or just spontaneously give players Primogems through Coda Shop. Just note that these are not guaranteed methods, and the likelihood of you winning are slim, but it doesn't hurt to try. One last guaranteed method for Primogems is to do your daily check-ins through your Hoyoverse account. This one is a bit tedious since you can't collect them in-game. You do get 100 Primogems the first time you do check in, and will get 60 Primogems each month as well, as long as you check in every single day. So it may be worth it for some of you guys, but for me, it's personally not. Alright guys, I hope these tips are helpful for you guys. I hope your future fills on whichever banner is full of luck, and that you get double 5 stars on an early pity. Let me know which characters or weapons you're waiting for down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.